And there's Miss Gina.
Let's fucking record, Gina.
Always holding it down.
Fucking hell yeah, dude.
Yeah. The weed's hitting good. Some cool shit that I've had a chance to try recently. So I think we should talk about some shit on the podcast.
Let's fucking get it.
So ladies and gents, Shedheads galore, welcome to the Shedtime podcast.
Ladies and gentlemen, I introduce you to Shedtime. What is Shedtime, you ask? Well, it's code for the consumption of cannabis, but it's much more than that. Shedtime's a state of mind. It's art, it's music, it's cryptocurrency, technology, it's food, it's vaping. It can be whatever you want it to be, as long as you're not letting the bastards get you down, not being a dick, and making it fun. When you're in the shed, it's whatever your mind allows you to create. So now let's get to the Shedtime podcast.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of the Shedtime podcast. And as I mentioned there in the intro, trying some new shit. Strawberry kiwi soda. It's
I'm in.
Yeah. The new Sprite Chill Strawberry Kiwi is everything I hoped it would be. It's that nice, like, strawberry kiwi kind of candy-ish flavor you would expect from, a soda pop type flavor. I'm loving it. And for those interested, exclusive to Walmart, so you'll have to go there to find it. But fucking delicious.
Walmart, dude. Fucking hate Walmart.
Dude, Walmart gets a lot of bad vibes that are well deserved overall, I think. But they are making mad money, so I'm not surprised that they get their own specialty beverages. And they're fucking everywhere. I wonder that if I can get those in Canada then.
Yeah, that I don't know if it's exclusive to the American market or not, because I know that happens, from time to time.
Yeah.
But definitely worth looking to see, because I know Sprite added the chill cherry lime into their regular rotation. It's like a permanent fixture now, and I really enjoyed that. So when I found out that they were doing this exclusive one, I was like, all right, I gotta know. And it's already out. It's really fucking good. And I know we've talked about it before, but again, Walmart's gonna have the exclusive Mountain Dew. Gonna have a dragon fruit Mountain Dew this summer, and I'm also very gassed to get my hands on that, because I think a dragon fruit Dew ought to slap.
I only see Sprite Chill Chai Lime.
You mean cherry lime?
It says chai. Sorry.
It says chai? That would make...
Yeah, CHY.
That
But then it
seems...
says like CHYLME. So cherry lime, I guess.
Yeah, I was going to say, okay, so that's just abbreviating
So
it.
yes,
All right.
at this point right now, like the Walmart that's closest to me, I could get the cherry lime chill.
So then
And I also
it might
see another
be-
one that I've never saw before, which is a limited edition Sprite Winter Spiced Cranberry.
One's pretty good.
That's what I see. Also, I see a really old school looking can. Huh. You guys know me and my not affinity for Sprite, so I'm not surprised that there's something I haven't seen before. But specialty Sprite, I would try it.
I'm disappointed we missed our shot on the Shirley Temple 7-Up, knowing that you're a 7-Up man.
Ain't missing much, bro. It's just 7-Up.
See, I'm not partial to either. I don't care. 7-Up is fine. Sprite's fine, but dude, Shirley Temple is like, we've talked about it before on this show. Like, I think all of us have fond memories as kids enjoying a Shirley Temple. And,
Yeah, it's very nostalgic.
It was the only drink I would get as a child at Red Robin.
Perfect example, right? And like, I haven't had one since I don't even know how old I must have been the last time I had one. But I would have been real young. Like I'd
At
say
best, I
anytime
was like
after
a
10.
tween, bro. Yeah, like I was
Like
a tween at best. Like maybe 11 or 12. I'm gonna have Short Temple.
yeah,
Maybe.
like I was saying, anytime after 10, I'm doubtful. Like that's how long it's been. So the idea of getting, a bottle of a Shirley Temple flavored soda would have been cool as hell. I'm hoping to see it come back. I have seen one of my predictions definitely seems to be coming true. This is the year of butterscotch. Snickers butterscotch is happening in certain markets. I don't know if it's
I
going to
mean, I
be.
would try that, but man, you know what? This is the thing. Okay, this is a me thing. I know this because tons of people enjoy Snickers. And honestly, I think Snickers taste pretty good. But there is something in a Snickers that either A, I'm allergic to, or B, I'm intolerant to. Because if I try to eat just a full size, not even like a king size or anything, a full size Snicker bar, before I'm done, my throat is like making me, it's like I want to cough. Like I don't know what it is. It's like it's so sweet that it's like my body is like, Ugh,
It's that
cough,
Hershey's
clear your
chocolate.
throat. You know what I mean? I don't know what it is because it's that. A Mars bar does it also. Which do you
Huh.
guys have Mars bars?
We did, so I assume we
Okay,
still have
so
access to them.
it's like a more to
I
me.
haven't
There's
seen
like it's
Mars
an
bar here in the
extra.
States in forever, dude. I don't know
Yeah,
if they
it's like
make
an
them in the
extra
States
version
anymore.
of like a Milky Way. Like there's more nougat and more caramel. I feel like, but anyways,
Hearing
it's
that, I
similar
wish I
to a
tried them
Milky
as a
Way.
kid.
And yeah, like it does that to me. But like, I mean, I could eat a Twix bar and it doesn't do it. Like I can eat a Kit Kat and it never happens. And it can't be the nuts because like I'll eat like other nut bars and like, so yeah.
It has something to do with the caramel
I mean, it could like
or the
the
nougat.
specific caramel that they have, or yeah, like the nougat. I have fucking no idea. Because yeah, and like I think that they taste good, and I can have like a bite size, like a Halloween style Snickers bar, and they're good. Actually, the last
Uh,
time I was in the States, I think I got a Snickers caramel or something like that. It was like a specialty Snickers, and it didn't do it.
I say I know that like
I can't
I'm,
remember
I
which
th-
one it was.
I think that this idea of the butterscotch Snickers is supposed to be swapping the caramel for butterscotch. So that intrigues me. Um, in the vein of Mars bars in the US, I will say it does not appear to be available in any US seller outside of like getting it from Amazon through one of their third parties. Everything else seems to be like British, UK, European importers. So I think we don't have access to Mars bars anymore. 'Cause I definitely remember seeing them as kids.
Yeah, so that's been a huge chocolate bar here my whole life. Like that would be lots of kids' favorite chocolate bar when I was a kid.
I'm
I
big
was
on
like
the
always like the against the grain guy though. Like I was never like whatever's the most popular I liked.
candy bar talk. I've been on the jumping on the old salted caramel train lately. Trying all the different salted caramel variations, bro. The salted caramel Milky Way's fire. The
Yep.
salted caramel Twix is my fucking jam. Because, dude,
Banger.
there's legit like pieces of sea salt
Yes.
in there, bro. So when you bite down and you crunch into the fucking cookie and then you start chewing through the caramel every now and then, you get a little piece of salt, bro, that breaks open and just gives you that little bit of savoriness mixed in with the sweetness. And, dude, it is so fucking good, bro.
I'm gonna say I think of all the salted caramel candy stuff that's out there, that is right now the best one.
Dude, the Twix is fire, bro. It is so
Like
fucking
without a
good.
doubt, and for every reason you just described. The fact that I can
It's the
physically
ratio.
like I can tell there's salt there. I don't just taste it, like I literally feel it. 10 out of 10. If you haven't
It's
tried
so
that
good.
one, ladies and gentlemen, please get you a salted caramel
I will say this,
Twix.
I'm very skeptical on all the different cookie dough variations. Because here's the thing about cookie dough, man. It's cool. I enjoy cookie dough. You know what I mean? Every now and then, maybe a cookie dough ice cream here and there. But I don't know if I want it in a chocolate bar.
I'm 100% with you.
You know?
I've
I don't
had the
like any of
Twix
this
cookie
cookie dough
dough,
flavored stuff.
and it was like okay, but I would never. Oh yeah, I would never. It would be like a last resort. Like if they had like no chocolate bars other than like a cookie dough Twix, and I really wanted something, I would clearly get it. But like, I don't think that there's another Twix that I've had other than I remember like a long time ago having like a Twix dark chocolate, which was not good. That might be the only one I would not take before a fucking cookie, like a
Like I've
cookie
seen
butter
a
or cookie
bunch of
dough,
different
whatever.
ones, like Twix and Milky Ways and all that other shit. And I'm just like, damn.
Dude,
Dude,
I've even had the eggs, like those Hershey eggs,
oh,
like
dude,
the filled ones with
honestly,
cookie
bro,
dough.
the Reese's one, the Reese's eggs, bro, are so fire.
No, they're
The-
fire.
Oh, bro, they're so
They're
fire because
so
there's
good.
so much more peanut butter to chocolate, dude. It's
But
fucking
also because
awesome.
you do get way thicker chocolate, it's not like too much fucking peanut butter. Like, you
But
know what I
dude,
mean?
but it's more of a concentration though per bite. You know what I'm saying? It's
Oh yeah.
like, oh, dude, they're
Dude,
so
there's a
good,
store
bro.
near me that like they have them and they're like probably like almost expired. Like they're probably from like last Easter and they're still good.
Oh
Dude,
yeah,
they're fucking 30 cents. I bought fucking 8 of them and I was like, you can't eat more than one a day, you piece of shit.
dude,
And
they're
like I
so
managed to
fucking
make them
good.
last like 5 days being a piece of shit. But I didn't eat them all in one
Dude, I
day.
haven't done that in a while. Bought like like a box of like standard size chocolate bars where
Oh,
it's just
dude, I
like
haven't done that forever.
dude, I would do that
That's
for a while,
that's
bro, and
trouble.
I'd put the fucking box in my mini fridge and I'd do like you, one a day. You know what I mean? If I wanted one, maybe one every other day, just so I wouldn't fucking plow through them, dude. But dude, it's hard when you just
Yeah,
open
of
it up
course,
and you're
dude.
like,
That's
fuck,
crazy
oh,
hard.
you mean I can have a Snickers, a Milky Way, Three Musketeers, or a fucking Twix?
Dude, I'm like that with pop
Choices.
though. Like I bought so I went on grocery shopping last Saturday and I bought a 12 pack of pineapple Fanta. And I'm like, you can't drink more than one of these a day. And then I
Dude,
had one and I was like, I'd been so long since I had one. I'm like, these are so good. How are you not having another one? I was like, you can't have more than one a day.
I'm gonna
God
have to
damn it.
go on the search sometime, maybe this weekend, just to see if I can find it here. Because, dude, I have not been able to find the Infinite Swirl Mountain Dew at my 7-Eleven, at least by the one I work at, or the one by my work. And
What's
it's been bumming me out, bro, because I've been wanting to grab one so bad.
Dude, a week
And
today I'm gonna be going into every store looking
I
for
know
Mountain Dew, bro.
that's also kind of why I want to get one too, just in case worst comes to worst.
Don't worry, if I see him, I'll grab him. I fully intend on spending like $40 on Mountain Dew just by getting stuff I've never
Oh, dude,
tried before.
that's really easy, bro.
Well, no, I'm not going to be getting like 12 packs of everything. You know, I got to try it
Dude, I
before
do
you
that
get the
shit
big pack.
fucking real quick, bro.
Oh, I will have ones I know I like. If I
Well,
see
my
Spark or
problem
like
is when
Baja Blast, I'm doing it.
when I go, like I Dollar General is like my spot to get soda because they always got like pretty decent deals on shit. And they'll like whenever like the new dews come out, majority of the time for some reason they'll have them. So like I'll go there and grab some fucking dew. And they always have like a deal where it's like 2 for 14 or some shit on 12 packs. Or it's like this last time I went, it was 3 for 14. So I was
Damn.
like, fuck yeah, dude. Jumped on that shit. Had 6 12 packs for like fucking $30 after tax and shit. Can't beat that.
No.
But dude, I got two 12s of Code Red, 2 12s of Baja, 2 12s of regular, bro. Just
Dude, I haven't
stocked
had
up.
Code Red, no joke, in over 5 years.
I mix it in every now and then. It's like I remember loving it way more than I do now. But I think it's also because it was the only like cherry variation that had ever been released. But
Yeah, it
dude,
was
I
like one of the
way prefer.
first special flavors
Yeah,
or
I
whatever.
prefer the Game Fuel over it big time. The first special flavor actually was Livewire.
Yeah, I personally hate Code Red, all because somebody saw me drink it once and was convinced that I loved it, and I was like, no. So after that time, I immediately just hated Code Red. As far as Infinite Swirl goes, according to the Mountain Dew community, who are even more plugged in than we are, in Mountain Dew's wiki, it is still an active flavor.
Yeah, they just might not
So-
have gotten stock then.
Yeah, so that just seems to be the issue, is that like some of these spots may not have
They
a
they
restock
are
yet.
out of random shit at random times, dude.
I do have a interesting piece of news though, because there is a note here under Canada.
Are
Tell
they
me.
getting it?
Tell me.
The Kashrut Council of Canada updated their kosher certification in early 2025, listing many new products, including summer freeze and dragon fruit. In addition, another frozen beverage named Mountain Dew Infinite Swirl 20 was koshered in February of 2025. It is unknown when or if this will come out to Canada, but it seems like some moves are being made in Canada in respect to Infinite Swirl.
Dude, I'm curious. Do do they taste different in Canada than they do here in the States?
I don't know.
I never thought
mean,
about that.
I
Just
can
because you know how
bring
there's different
a
food
couple
standards
for
here
sure.
compared to.
Yeah, but
I don't know
actually.
I don't know if it's
I
how
don't have
far
any
it goes.
empty pop
Yeah.
bottles or cans down here, but I still do have a bottle of Mountain Dew upstairs. I'll see where it's bottled, because I imagine it's not going to be like made in like a tanker and then sent to fucking Canada and then get bottled. If it's bottled in Canada, it's made in Canada. So I'll see.
Yeah.
And if it is, then I'll bring down like a couple Mountain Dews, a couple Baja Blasts, a couple Code Reds and shit. And you
I
can
mean,
try them.
In theory, right? Water. The water in Canada alone could just make a difference, because like I would imagine to certain people the Massachusetts Mountain Dew would probably taste different than California, just based on the water that is being used to make the product.
I think that in the old days, maybe. But you know what I think now, Sean? I feel like they would make the people treat the water so all the water was treated and tested the same.
I'm sure, but
Because
I
like the
also
difference
think
between like Mexican Coke and like the rest of North American Coke is like their
It just
sugar,
has to do with the
not the
cane
water.
sugar.
100%.
So, like-
I agree with that.
Well,
But
I
I
would
also-
be very disappointed if what you're saying is possible. I'd really
I
like to
also
think
theorize
that's
this because we have sold natural cane sugar Cokes made in America, and they are not as good as a Mexican Coke, which
I've never had
makes,
that. I've had
which
Pepsi,
makes
though.
me
Never had
feel like there's at least some weight to my
Yeah,
theory.
Like I don't like Pepsi just standard. I didn't even like the cane sugar one, bro.
It was better, but I'm not a Pepsi
Ah.
guy. I like mixing liquor with Pepsi. But if I'm just drinking a Coke with like a meal or a snack or something, I would prefer to have a Coke, like 10 out of 10 times. But see,
I know
that
this.
goes the same with Sprite. Like I'll mix with Sprite. It's not the end of the world. But if I was just having a soda pop, I would 10 out of 10 times like have a 7-Up. But if you were like, yo, you want like a vodka Sprite, I'd be like, sure, yeah. Look it up. And it would be fine.
Dude,
It's kind of like the Pepsi and Coke thing for me.
dude,
It's weird that I'm
fucking
opposite on those.
sodas and shit, bro. Look what your boy stocked up on. Fucking bottle caps,
Bottle caps,
baby.
Boxes and bottle caps.
They're 3 for something. I forgot. So
3
like,
for
fuck
5?
yeah. Something like that. I was like, fuck yeah, dude. Stock up on these bitches.
After talking about him on a episode of The Green Room, yeah, I can't imagine why you wouldn't.
Did you guys ever see like not miniature, but they're small bags of clusters you can get at like dollar stores for like
Mhm.
$1.50, something like that?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're like a single serving size.
Are
They've
they?
always
They still
existed.
like? Well, it still seems like it's bigger than if you were to just buy like the regular one from a gas station, like a candy bar or like a
Yeah,
Like a
dude,
nice
they have all
order,
different
but-
sizes, bro. Because they even have like the little tiny ones that you can get for like fucking Halloween or whatever.
like
that
5
are
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. 5.
Yeah,
Yep.
it was hard. Last time I was in the dollar store, it was hard for me not to just grab 5 of them. Like I was like, yo,
Oh, dude,
they're right there.
one thing I
Ugh.
screwed up on though the last time I was at the stores, I grabbed a bunch of munchies. Of course, I grabbed some more of the electric trolleys, got some double stuffed Oreos, got some of these little cinnamon streusel cakes from Hostess, which are fucking
Bangers.
fire. Uh, dude, when was the last time you had some of these, Sean? Some fucking pizza Pringles, bro.
No.
I was just thinking about them last weekend because Cheetos just dropped that pizza puff.
Yeah.
And I want to get that and those and eat them side by side and do like a face off and see like which one I think is better than the other.
One thing
Is it
I'll
new-
say, bro, is like I haven't had Pringles in a while, let alone the pizza ones. Like the last ones I've smacked, dude. I probably smacked a fucking tin of some sour cream and onion not too long ago, to be honest with you, because those are my all-time favorite. But dude, they don't taste like I remember them tasting,
Indy.
dude.
Hey.
I remember them being fucking like
That's
this
enough.
epic, mind-blowing experience, and now I eat them and I'm just like,
Okay. Come here.
this is kind of interesting.
It's
You know?
like just a cheesy tomato flavor.
Yeah.
Like, I never liked them. So that's why I kind of want to try them again along
That's
with the
why I
other
got
ones.
it too. I was like, fuck, I haven't had those in a while. Because, dude, every time I see the thing, I don't know why, but looking at this, I'm like, fuck, they look good. You know what I mean?
Shout out to the marketing team. I
It
mean,
looks-
they do kill it.
I mean,
Dude,
the
that looks
picture
like they'd
does
be
look pretty good.
fire. You know what I mean? And then you
I don't
get
remember
them.
them ever looking like that. I thought that they were a yellow container. It just said like pizza with like the Pringle
dude.
dude had a mustache or something.
Well, you're probably remembering the packaging from 1998, Chris.
Yeah, the last time I ate them.
Yeah. It's been like 30 years almost.
Yeah.
But, dude, Pringles are, I feel like, a slept on crisp.
Yeah, because they don't have enough potato in them to technically be considered a chip.
Have you guys ever seen the Pringles bread? Like they like take the Pringles, crush them all up, and then they like add like water and something else to it, and then they cook it in the container. Like they obviously don't put the plastic lid back in, and they cook it in the container, and it's basically like this little potato loaf of bread.
That sounds like some jail food. That sounds
Real.
like some
I don't know,
shit
man. It was
Dean
like
Peasy would do.
It was 100% like a Pinterest mom that did it. You know what I mean? Like that kind of a woman.
I believe that, but it sounds like some jail food.
I mean, it could very well be. I've never tried it, but you guys just made me think of it by talking about it. I'm gonna Google it right now.
Oh, excuse me.
That one got him.
Yeah, dude. Oh, it had Coke in it too. This
Coke?
bread- Yeah, here
Like
I'll send.
cocaine?
No. I mean, I wish. I'll drop the thing in this chat. But yeah, I don't know, man. I'm not like really into like the really weird stuff. And like I would constitute like adding Coke to a Pringles can and baking bread. I'm gonna say that'd be kind of weird.
I'm saying it sounds like some prison recipe shit. I'm gonna make a loaf of bread out of some Coca-Cola, some crushed up Pringles, and I'm gonna cook it in the can.
These people might be just actually baking bread in the Pringles and it's not the Pringles. I've seen ones before where they use Pringles.
Well, I know in the vein of using soda in baked goods, my mother used to do this where you can put soda in cake mixes. And
I feel like
depending
I've
on-
known people to do that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, depending on what you do, obviously it's going to alter the flavor a little bit. So it either complements or can destroy your flavor. So choose wisely. But it creates a really unique body because of the carbonated water that's in
Makes
it.
it really airy.
Yeah, like it's very, very fluffy and airy.
I know a lot of people that also do, instead of like your egg and oil, they just use like mayonnaise.
Or
or
applesauce is another one.
applesauce. Yeah,
Yep. I'm a big fan of the applesauce in the
because
cakes.
like mayonnaise is legitimately just oil and egg, anyways. But for some reason, it just makes it moister. Don't know why.
Yeah, I know that Liz made these cupcakes, and instead of adding like milk or something, you wouldn't add something, and then she added like a whole can of like that Edie Smith pie filling, and it was like the raspberry pie filling from a can. She put
Oh,
that in a cupcake mix, and like it tasted pretty fucking good, but it was kind of like this weird. It was like very bouncy. It's like it made it
Like almost
less,
spongy.
yeah, almost spongy. That's probably the best way to say it. Yeah, it was like
yeah.
spongy. Yeah,
Well, I can see that because the fruit sugars and stuff are gonna alter the whole process. It's I mean that's an interesting one. I hadn't heard of that, but I like the idea because there's some interesting applications for how what you can do those things and make something with them. Like I like that. I like that a lot. There's a lot of those weird like food hack, food, trends and things like that where you can like swap things out for other things. I mean, let's face it, that's how eggplant parm probably happened. Someone's like, "Oh shit, we're out of chicken, but I got this eggplant. We're just gonna parm the eggplant."
Or who knows? Maybe the eggplant was first.
That could be too. And they were like,
So
"You know
who
what? If
came
I can
first,
parm
the
a
chicken
plant,
or the egg, bro?
yeah, for real.
boom." Did we
Mind
just?
blown.
Yep. We just figured out the real meaning. That's some shit.
Damn, dude. I just kind of blew myself away with that one right there.
I think you
Yeah,
just
that's
blew us
pretty
all away with
perfect.
that one. That was a very poignant recognition.
Oh, on the chicken talk, you know what I had for dinner the other day that I haven't had in a while? It's definitely some, I guess you could have it for dinner, but you could also possibly even have it for breakfast if you wanted to. Um, a little chicken fried chicken. You know what I mean? It's
Oh,
almost like chicken fried steak, but of course with a nice thin chicken breast, breaded up real nice with your nice white gravy, bed of mashed potatoes. And dude, let me tell you what, son, that shit was so fucking good, bro. I forgot like I was like, damn, like as I'm eating, I was like, fuck, I forgot how much I like this. And it's just fucking good. Not only that, but the fucking gravy was nice and thick, dude. Oh, it was just
that's
fucking.
key. Like it has to be good thick gravy so it clings to the side of that chicken when you cut the piece and go to eat it. Like,
Oh, dude, no, it was
oh,
like like almost like a fucking thick dip, dude. You know what I
yes.
mean? So it's like you get it on the plate and then like you just sit there and just take like a nice scoop like off the side of the plate where a puddle of fucking gravy was. Of course,
That
what I do is I literally just fucking put my mashed potatoes down, throw my piece of chicken on top of my potatoes, and then just drown all of it in gravy so that like when I get a bite, I'm getting chicken, mashed potatoes, all covered in gravy, all one bite. Bomb.
you're making me want to make chicken fried steak because the last time I had it from uh, this old family recipe from these cool ass people from Louisiana I used to hang out with back in the day, and because they had young children and like the whole classic chicken fried steak, like piece of steak thing just wasn't hitting for them. They made chicken fried steak fingers, and not only was it just a fast way to cook it because obviously it was thin meat and cutting them into fingers like that takes like no time at all to flash fry. You got this delicious crispy little finger, and then you talking about the whole dipping, like that was how they served it. They just give you a little cup of gravy, you could just dip a finger and eat, and oh god, that just sounds so perfect right now. Also seems like a great thing for meal prep. Could totally, quick fry them,
Dude, I did some
freeze a
chicken
bunch.
fried steaks like last week, maybe, but I did them in the air fryer, and like they were all right, but they were way too fucking salty. I had no idea. So like, I don't know if you guys have had this, but there's like this steak seasoning. It's called like Montreal steak spice.
I love
And-
Montreal seasoning.
Oh, so you know what I'm talking about?
Yep.
I guess it makes sense for where you live. James might not be as common, but
No,
dude,
I've
there was
definitely used it.
yeah, there's huge chunks of salt in it, and like I don't know, dude, I never fucking use that shit, but for whatever reason, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna use it, and I like mixed it like half and half almost with breadcrumbs, and then like fucking did the steaks, and bro, they're just like too salty, like. So
That's
if
a
I did
lot.
them again, I probably would not use any of that. Use breadcrumbs and then use some other spices that don't have fucking
What I would do
massive
is just,
salt in it.
if anything, just sprinkle a little bit of that seasoning on them after you fry them. That way it's not like all up in the batter. It's just a little dusting on top.
See,
Yeah.
my thought would be
Do it at the beginning.
to dry brine your meat with it. So
Oh, like
season your
you
meat
pour it
with
on it, cover it with like
No,
some
you don't
saran
cover
wrap
it.
a bit,
No, you
and then
literally leave
knock
it.
it off.
You cover it with your seasoning, and then you put it on a cooling rack on top of a tray, and you just stick that in the fridge for 24 hours. You want air to circulate around it. What's going to happen is the salt is going to create the osmosis effect. It's going to pull the moisture out of the meat. Now the moisture is pooling on top of the meat. The salt's then going to, through osmosis, pull the moisture back into the meat, and that takes all that seasoning and pulls it into the fibers of your meat. So now it penetrates deeply inside the meat, and then from there, when you go and do what you got to do to, batter it, you'll have the right
So
amount
do
of
you
seasoning.
you clean the shit off though, right?
No. You season the meat, you let it dry brine for 24 hours, and then you continue with your process, however you're going to cook it.
Okay, I mean I'll try that because I like the outside. Like I like it. I feel like it would have been good, but it was too salty. So
Yeah.
if I can do that, I'll try
That's the thing,
that.
like it's a rub. At least normally down here it's used as a rub. So like you're gonna put it on the meat, you're gonna let it sit for a good 24 hours, and then you're gonna cook it. And like if you're gonna smoke it, that shit creates a fantastic bark on like the outside of a brisket. The Montreal seasoning is fantastic for that. I enjoyed it greatly. I mean, I definitely wouldn't be like super liberal on a
Yeah, I think I was
on a
just a
thin
bit
steak
aggressive.
like that. Yeah, like I wouldn't be super aggressive with it, but I think just a nice dusting across all sides, or both sides technically, because you're going to pound that thing pretty flat first, and then let it sit for that 24 hours so it has that opportunity to absorb a lot of that salt in. I think you'll get a much more enjoyable experience with your Montreal seasoning, because it's a good blend. It's a damn good blend.
Yeah, there's definitely some spice to it also, actually.
It's black
I
pepper.
noticed.
We're
It's got huge chunks of black peppercorns in there.
Montreal steak seasoning typically contains garlic, salt, black pepper, coriander, cayenne, and dill. And the exact recipe varies by brand to brand. But those are your main ingredients. And it's a good combination. I mean, literally, I have what we call the Three Amigos in my kitchen, and that's garlic powder, onion powder, and cayenne. Those are the three main seasonings we use in almost everything to varying degrees, depending on what we're trying to do.
Lowry seasoned salt. Shit's my fucking jam, dude.
Which one? The original or
Just
one
the
of the other weird
OG,
ones?
bro. Just
The
the
OG,
standard
all right.
seasoned salt, bro. Throw that shit on my French fries. Throw that shit on my hash browns. Throw that shit on my fried potatoes. Throw that shit on a fucking pork chop. Throw
How
that
about
shit
scrambled
on.
eggs?
No, I wouldn't put it on eggs.
Okay.
But I'll throw that shit on. I sprinkle a little bit on my burger. You know what I mean? With a couple other things, little garlic powder,
Hot
little
take.
bit of.
Red Robin seasoning is just rebranded Lowry seasoning
Yeah,
salt.
that's all it is. The ratio might be a little bit different, but it's practically this. Honestly, most steak fry seasonings is just Lowry's.
Yeah, like 100%.
That's my shit, dude. That's why I love a good steak fry, bro. Love me a good steak fry, dude.
I had like for me, I want an extra. I want a steak fry that's well done. I want it
Yeah, I want it
extra
to be
crispy
nice.
on the
I want it to be
outside.
real crispy on the outside and nice and
And then
soft on the
that
inside.
mashed potato-y
Yeah.
inside. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want it to where like it crunches like completely, but I want it to have like a little bit of a just a little.
I don't want a floppy.
Exactly. I
You
want to
know,
be able to
like-
scoop like whatever dipping sauce, which is usually with the steak fry, bro. Gotta go with ranch. Big
Yep.
ranch guy, dude.
Yep. Ranch with the
Um,
steak seasoning.
Fire.
Good choice. Can't argue with that.
I've
Yeah,
actually
Little,
only ate at Red Robin once, and it was last summer. It was pretty good, man.
Oh man, a
It's
little
not bad,
horsey
dude.
sauce.
They had like bottomless fries.
yeah, dude. They just keep coming.
Yeah, I only got 2 orders.
I mean-
Honestly, you don't really need more than one,
Yeah.
but it is nice to know that you have a lot coming.
And of course, like for
You
for
can
the
order.
keen
You can
observers,
get some. Ask them to bring you one more before you leave, and then you just box them up, take them home, and then you take them home the next day. You chop them up even smaller. You make them into home fries. And eat them at
Yes.
breakfast.
Oh. But no, I didn't know you could ask for
Yeah.
to go.
Yeah, like
yeah, they'll totally give you a box to go.
Are
And if
those
you
like
get-
everywhere in America?
Red Robin. I don't know about everywhere, but they're pretty popular at least out here where I'm at. They're all over the place.
Yeah, they're going away in a lot of places.
They were popping hard
Yeah.
late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah,
bro.
early 2000s. Like
That's when all the Red Robin commercials are coming out. Red Robin, yum.
I'd say from like 2005 to 2010, we saw easily 15 or 16 Red Robins pop up, and just
I'm
in,
gonna-
like
I got to
Mistake.
redo that because that wasn't quite right. Because as soon as I said it, the actual thing comes in. It's Red Robin, yum. Because like they're all get all high pitched. Red Robin, yum. Yeah, dude. Fuck.
Yeah, it was good, man. Even the burger was good. I can't remember what kind of burger I had, but there's a lot of different burgers, and
Oh
it
yeah,
was
they've got
a good experience.
They're a burger centric spot. So like they have a bunch of different specialty burgers and that sort
Yeah.
of thing. A couple of other stuff. You can get some clucks and fries, which is chicken fingers and fries. I just love that they fucking call it clucks and fries.
see, I'm categorically against Red Robin because I'm not into conveyor burgers.
Theirs are actually
Oh, so
pretty
you don't like Burger
fucking.
King? You mean like that?
Like they're cooked on a conveyor belt system. Yeah, I'm just
I
not
don't know
into
if I don't know if Red Robins are.
it. They are. I worked for them.
Oh,
That's
I've
weird.
been in
Considering
that
it's a
kitchen.
sit-down restaurant.
Yeah, well, that's part of how they're able to serve as many guests as they can as quickly as they do, is by that. That's why when you go in, they ask you some pink, no pink, because it's literally a dial. You turn it from one notch to the other. If they want no pink, it goes up, and that just slows the conveyor down, so that way your burger cooks a little bit longer. That's the idea. Is consistency. The Red Robin burger you get in California should still be like the same one you order here in Massachusetts. Coast to coast, any Red Robin you go into, if you have a specific order, you should get it, and it should taste the same in every Red Robin you go. So in order to have consistency, that's why they go that route.
They
I
have to do
understand it.
processes. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the taste you get from like that proper sear on a flat top or on a grill. And it's like the BK don't taste that way. You know what I mean? Like you can tell BK's kind of forcing it with their system. Not only that, but there is no good BK I've eaten at in a long, long time. So that
Dude,
hurts.
Burger King's not good to me.
Like how they're not bankrupt is beyond me.
Yeah, I don't get it. For me, Burger King is like man, I need something to eat. I'm on a road trip. I need gas bad. The only thing that's there is Burger King. basically like the last time I think I ate Burger King was with you, Sean,
With you, yeah, exactly. Yep.
which
'Cause
wasn't
that's
a great experience overall.
again, it reaffirmed my hatred of BK. I was like, this is the most awful sandwich I've eaten in a very long time.
You and Lizzie both were like, "What the fuck?"
Yeah,
My
like
shit
why
was
does
like
this taste like
normal, I
chemicals?
guess, but it was not good.
Oh my god, it was horrible.
It would have been way better if there was like a Wendy's there. I could have just got like a Big Bacon Classic or like a Dave's Double and just called it a day, man.
Bro, have you seen these biggie bags
From where?
from Wendy's?
No, tell me about it because I have an opportunity to go there in like a
Sir,
week.
these biggie bags are like the best deal they're running right now. And you get like a little burger, a little thing of nugs, some fries, and a drink, all for like $5 to $6, depending on which version you're getting.
Dude, that's fire. Give me like a fucking junior bacon cheeseburger, some chicken tendies, and a fry and a drink for
Like
$5 or $6.
this ad I just
Dude,
pulled up right here.
sounds
$5 biggie
amazing.
bag. You get a junior bacon, a crispy chicken BLT, or a double stack, plus a 4-piece nugget, a fry, and a drink.
For
For
how
$5.
much?
For $5.
What the fuck? Dude, I'll be getting that in a week. It's crazy. I'll get that even
Shout
if I'm
out,
not hungry.
shout out to Wendy's for running
The
a deal
Wendy's fan.
like
Not a
I
Wendy's
saw
fan.
that.
I don't think I'm a Wendy's fan, but I fuck with Wendy's.
I don't
Like
fuck
I'm
with
not
it
gonna
at
like,
all.
yo, Wendy's is the best. Like that's not.
I don't go there.
Yeah. So then
Ever.
you hate Wendy's.
Yeah, I don't go there.
Yeah.
See,
I will not
that's the
search
one
one
I
out,
will
but I
pick.
will definitely pick Wendy's. If I want a hamburger and I'm out, I'm gonna go to a Wendy's. If I was in California, sure, I'd probably go to In-N-Out over Wendy's,
No,
but I'd
there's
probably
still
still
other
go to
places
every
I'd
once in a
go.
while.
And even if I'm not going to go to In-N-Out, I'd still go to other places. I'd pick a Burger King burger over Wendy's.
Ooh, that's tough.
Bold statement. Okay. Okay.
Just not a fan, dude. I'm just not a fan of mayonnaise on my burger, bro.
Oh, and they have it on most. The cheesy
They have it
cheddar
on
burger. There's
they have it
no.
on everything.
Yeah, I gotta get the cheesy cheddar
It's on
burger.
everything, bro. Even their chicken sandwiches have mayonnaise on it.
Oh, for sure. Chicken sandwiches with mayonnaise is like mandatory.
Yeah. I'm good.
Yeah, the only one that I can think of
Honestly,
is the cheesy
mayonnaise
cheddar
will throw
burger.
my
It's just
entire
cheap.
burger experience off to where it's just like it'll kill it like instantly. Like everything else could be amazing, but just that taste of mayonnaise will fucking kill it for me, bro.
I assume
For me, and its enhancer.
I assume when it's used as an ingredient, like in burger sauces, you're good with it.
No, like if it's like just plain mayonnaise.
Yeah, just plain mayo. It's a fuck
yeah,
that.
but
Hard pass.
the only thing I'll ever eat with mayonnaise and it's by itself is a BLT. But it's only because the bacon overpowers the mayonnaise so much that you really don't know it's there. It's mainly just something to lube
It's
the
like a
sandwich.
little extra greasy.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's
And
just food
honestly,
lube.
at that point, it doesn't fucking get me because like I'm so used to eating bacon and eggs. You know what I mean? Because like you do like I feel like I taste like the egginess of mayonnaise.
Weird question. Does your house buy Hellman's or do they just buy like a store-bought brand of mayonnaise?
It varies.
Because I have learned I can only eat Hellman's mayo. I don't like store-bought mayo. Like I had a sandwich from a place that had mayo. Like just matter of fact, my wife brought it home. They had it in food that they made in the kitchen, and I tasted the sandwich and I was like, "This mayo is disgusting." And I went, "This is just cheap, generic store-bought mayo." Oh my god, am I a Mayo Snob? And then I realized I have a bottle of Kewpie mayo that I'm eating, Japanese mayo.
Oh yeah,
I
that's way
actually
different.
am a fucking Mayo Snob.
Yeah, that's it. And you know what's even weirder is like if it comes to like a tuna fish sandwich, like if we're gonna make a tuna salad sandwich, I go Miracle Whip instead
Yeah,
of mayo.
I don't like Miracle Whip. When I
I
was
don't
like a
like
little
it.
kid, we
I don't
were,
like
and
it
then all
in
of a sudden it was
anything
mayo.
other than that.
Oh man, I was a big like Miracle Whip on a ham and cheese as a kid.
Yeah, dude, no way.
Like that was my jam as a kid.
I would
Now,
like hack kids that did that. They'd be like, I
Like,
like the zip that it gives. It gives a zip. I'd be like, yeah, okay. Fucking zip of it.
that was weird. I accidentally kicked something and all my shit went off.
see,
Maybe I
in my
accidentally kicked the
house,
strip.
my father was a Miracle Whip guy, and my mother was a mayo person. So like
Yeah,
we had them both, and so I had the
same.
option. I tried Miracle Whip on the ham and cheese and was like, I fucks with this. But like
Like
tuna was mayo.
for me growing up, it was Miracle Whip was in the house because my grandma lived with us like most of my childhood. Actually my entire childhood. And she was Miracle Whip, and then of course my dad, big mayo guy. And so like she's actually the one I think that got me into putting Miracle Whip in my tuna sandwiches. Because I think I tried it with mayonnaise before and I didn't like tuna. I was just like a tuna sandwich. I was like, oh, this is gross. But there's something about the zip that you get from the Miracle Whip along with some dill relish. I don't know what it is, bro. I just fucking like it.
Mm, I can understand. I have learned recently the enjoyment of using mayo on a grilled cheese over
See,
butter.
that I wouldn't be like against, you know what I mean? Because I understand the process of what is going on. You know what I mean? Because it's not gonna like by the time you're done grilling it, it's not gonna be there anymore. It's just gonna soak the bread and make it, nice and crispy on the outside. You know what I mean?
Dude, it
I don't think I'd be against that.
was kind of amazing. We tried a grilled cheese and then a grilled. We had like sliced deli chicken, so we
But
did deli chicken and cheese sandwich that way.
I'm also though,
Delicious.
I'm a big butter both sides of the bread guy. You know what I mean? When you do
Do
your
you
grilled
still
cheese.
fry both sides?
Oh yeah, I'm just saying, like I just put a little. I do this the side where the cheese is. I just put a nice thin layer of butter in there, so when the cheese melts, the butter kind of like
Okay.
soaks into it, and then I do a nice, layer on the outsides of the bread as well. It's where it gets nice and crispy on the outside and gets that nice golden brown and not just burnt black. You
See,
know what I mean?
I'm a toast my inside and then toast my outside. So that's how I like to roll because then you get like you still get the fluff factor in the middle, but you get that little bit of toastiness on the inside too
Yeah,
for the
see, I
added
like it
crunch.
with a little bit more fluff in the middle, so I don't toast the insides. But I could see that for sure. Dude, I
And then
want a
there
fucking grilled cheese now.
and then there's the eternal question, right? Like what bread? Because like we were making
Dude,
some recently with sourdough.
I still need to make one with some of my dad's sourdough, bro. He's been making loaves like crazy, dude. And dude,
Yeah,
he made another cinnamon loaf, bro. I haven't had a piece yet, but dude, when it came out the oven, dude, let me tell you what, dude, it smelled like a fucking Cinnabon in our house, dude. It smelled so fucking good. I think he even made a fucking cinnamon raisin one too.
dude,
Were you guys ever
jelly.
cinnamon raisin bread kids
Yep,
Nah.
growing up?
I still am.
I I remember eating it when I was real young, but dude, at a certain point, like once I like made the decision that I didn't like raisins anymore, I stopped eating it. But now I'm at the point now where I don't mind a raisin here and there. You know what I mean? What I love is a raisin out of a fucking trail mix. Because there's something about that salty fucking raisin, bro, that just fucking
It's like it's
smacks.
got sugar on it, and there's the salt from everything on
Well,
it.
dude, it's like
Yep.
putting salt on watermelon, bro. It's almost like it makes it sweeter. Because what it does,
Yeah.
that when you do that, it actually pulls the sugars out of it.
Mm-hmm.
And that's why I only used to do that. Well, my dad would do it, honestly. And then I'll be like, why do you do that? He's like, oh, this watermelon's not that sweet. I'm like, but you're putting salt on it. That's not going to make it sweet. He's like, all right, try it. And I did. And I was like, the first initial touch to your tongue, you get the saltiness, but like then as you start chewing it, like all of a sudden you're like, oh whoa. Because then you eat a piece without it, and you're like, yeah, this isn't that great. But with the salt, bro, it does kind of pick it up. He'd also be the guy that just like eat a tomato and just salt, take a bite, salt, bite.
I
Dude, I can't
Yeah,
do
my dad would
tomatoes.
do that.
I'm not a tomato guy,
I
but
think
I
he even did it with
learned.
potatoes.
Yeah, I
Can
don't
you
know about
like
that
get
either.
sick from that?
I don't know.
I feel like you can get sick from eating raw potatoes. I
I don't
could be
think
wrong.
so. I don't think that's a thing, but I
I'm gonna
definitely feel
Google it.
like
Why
it
would it
would
make
not
you
be
sick?
pleasant. Like, I learned how salted tomato can be wonderful, and like, yeah, like if I was hosting a barbecue a couple years back when we first moved in this place, and I obviously cut tomatoes for burgers so people who wanted it would have it. I took a tomato, threw a little salt on it in my burger. I understand the joy of that, but I've never been a tomato guy. So
Can't do the tomatoes, Mo.
tomato's an ingredient for sauce, and
Yep,
that's it for me, man. I'll make
pretty
a mean
much.
tomato sauce. I will say, we've talked a little bit about how I've been venturing into lemon bakery, and
Hmm.
your boy today just experienced lemon poppy seed cake for the first time ever.
Oh yeah, fuck. And what'd you think?
I'm kind of I'm
Addicted.
I'm I'm kind of weirded out by it, honestly, because there's this like weird savoriness plus the lemon and the sweet, and I'm like, this is really nice.
Oh, did you ever eat any of those lemon blueberry donut sticks?
Oh, I crushed that box.
Fire, right?
Those were a little bit disappointing, honestly. And they're delicious. Don't get me wrong. It's a tasty cake brand for people who want to try it. Um, but for me, it was one of those that first bite or two feels very lemon heavy, and then as you continue to eat the donut stick, it feels like the lemon washes out from like the glaze maybe getting on your tongue, and you just kind of don't taste the lemon anymore. You just get the little hit of blueberry here and there, and it was like, I wish there was a little more lemon to this. You tasted it
I'm
the whole
personally
way.
just not a tasty cake guy because I just feel like they're subpar as far as the baked goods go.
I don't know, man. Them
Um,
cupcakes from them are pretty tasty.
I don't know, man. I just feel like there's always a little bit more on the dry side. You know what I
You know
mean? They're
what?
not.
My Tasty Cake Bakery is literally next door to where I work. So buying them in my area, I'm getting them stupid fresh. So that may make a
I just always
huge
feel like they're
difference.
just a little bit too more on the dry side for me, a little too crumbly. But I live and die by Little Debbie's, and I do dabble with some Hostess from time to time. If I'm feeling, dude, not only did I get a box of these streusel cakes, bro, but your boy already took down an entire box of zingers, chocolate zingers, bro. Fuck, so good. It's
Dude, I'm
like the
actually
perfect amount, bro, because like it's it's pretty much a cupcake because the cake's pretty much the same. Still got like that thick chocolate frosting on it, and it's still got the cream center. But like I feel like the ratio is just better from cream to cake to icing. Like,
Well, and it's convenient. I mean, it's stick form.
yeah. But
It's
they're
like eating a
dangerous
Twinkie.
too, though, bro, because then you can eat a lot. Dude, I still can't look at Twinkies the same since I ate like two boxes in high school one day in one sitting.
Yeah, that's a brutal story. That would put
I
me out in
am
the mood for a long
I am
time.
going to Walmart though this weekend to get a bunch of snack cakes and stuff like that and
Fuck yeah, you
candies.
are.
Yeah. I told Liz, I'm like, listen, we're gonna go grocery shopping at Walmart. She like looked at me. I'm like, I gotta go get candy and snack cakes, and it's way cheaper there. Because like
Yep.
she knows my stance on Walmart. She knows that I'm like not a fan of shopping
Yeah.
there. But
It's like,
they have way more shit when it comes to all that stuff. Like it's not even
oh yeah,
close.
well, dude, they're a fucking big box department store. You know what I mean? You find
Yeah, but no,
everything
but
you
even
need
like
there.
huge grocery stores here, like they don't have as much stuff. For like the snack cakes, they would, but candy, they definitely don't.
Nobody with a brick and mortar business has the buying power they have.
That and they don't have the buildings size to carry the amount of fucking variety that Walmarts do, bro. Because the fucking Walmarts are huge now, dude.
Yeah, I think that
That's it.
I think there's two Walmarts here. There might just be one.
Not
I'm
only
not even
that, bro,
sure.
but have you ever noticed how fucking jam-packed Walmarts are with the amount of just like aisles and like fucking shit like that, to where it's like there's only few like walkways and the rest of the stores, the entire fucking footprint's pretty much filled up with racks of fucking shit.
Dude, I
Dude,
remember when last summer we were in fucking Michigan. We went to Walmart, and dude, the pop section at fucking that Walmart was like a 4-car garage, just pop. That's all there was, pop and like whatever, anything that came in a can.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, this is crazy. Like,
yeah, you
I haven't
get like
seen
a
this much
solid
pop
like
in forever.
64 feet of soda options.
Yeah,
And then
like,
if you
dude,
want to go
it's
step up from there,
crazy.
you just go to Costco.
Yeah, so I'm gonna try to go to Costco.
Dude, do
I'm
yourself a
actually going to go
favor.
to Costco.
Grab yourself a slice while you're there.
Well,
Besides
do you have a
pizza,
membership to
Oh
Costco?
yeah.
Liz does.
Sick. Then yes, hit a Costco.
Yeah, I think they were actually like our real rough plan is to kind of like be waking up within a couple hours of the border and then just going to like Costco, grabbing lunch, and then driving home and be home at like 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock on the Tuesday after the meetup. So I think that that's what we're gonna do. Probably somewhere in like Maine, some Costco in Maine.
Good old Maine.
Maine's actually pretty fucking. It's a pretty sizable state.
It's huge. It's to get to my in-laws from where I live. There's two choices in the route you can take. You can pay, what is it? Almost $20 worth of tolls, and it'll take you about 4 hours, and you're only in like the middle of the state of Maine. Or to save the tolls, you can add an extra 2 hours to your ride time to get to the same destination. I'm the crazy person who usually pays it one way, but not the other.
Yeah, you're like, which time am I gonna really expect to get there faster? Or I need to
Yeah,
get
like
there faster.
I'll take my time getting up there and enjoy the ride because it's beautiful, beautiful state. I mean, again, fourth least inhabited state in the country. Like tons of beautiful countryside to see as you drive. But when I'm trying to get home, you know what I mean? Like I'm that guy that leaves like I'm late for home.
Yeah,
So, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'll pay the tolls to go home and take less time getting there. For sure. Every time.
and were
Yeah.
they? Do you know what I have a real problem with? I have a real problem with the non-toll booth person paid toll roads. I hate the fact that like they'll bill you, and like if you're an international person, you almost are guaranteed to fucking pay the like $60 for a $10 fucking ride because it never gets to you fast enough, and by the time you get it, it's like already past due.
Yep.
I'd
Yeah.
rather just be like, oh, I can pay. You can maybe have lanes where like there's one toll booth person and then everybody else
There's,
can roll through it. That'd be cool, but like that's not how all of them are. Some of them are,
I say, there's a
but not all
lot,
of them.
but not like Massachusetts doesn't have a single manned toll anywhere.
Dude,
So,
as a matter
like,
of fact, last year when I drove to your place, I ended up like skipping through a bunch of tolls. I have no idea if I've paid any of them. Like it's fucking crazy. One of them, dude, there was an actual toll booth and it fucking I was like, nice, this is sweet. Like I had like a $10 bill. I was like, I got this toll no matter what. Dude, I roll up and there's a fucking sign that says, sorry, I'm not gonna be here. You can pay yours by online.
yep.
I was like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
at least then
so
I could pay it. But
that's the
what
whole
fucking
move
get
the
the
state
money.
went to, though, is they were like, they're encouraged residents to get the fast pass. the incentive for them to get the fast pass if you have to travel on toll roads regularly is that you're automatically paying the toll because it links to a bank or a credit card, so that way you can pay your toll immediately, and you get a lesser toll charge because you're using the fast pass. So yay, good for that. But what about the guy like me who lives in the state who rarely uses toll roads?
Yeah, or
I
the
just-
person like me who doesn't even live in the fucking country, bro.
Right, like in those
Like, it's
situations,
so crazy.
they just take a picture of your license plate and send it to whoever owns the registration. So I guess that's on the rental company now. If well, that's an interesting implication. I don't know the answer to. Does a rental
Yeah,
company have to pay the toll if you're driving a rental car?
Probably.
They might, but they might ding you. They'll have your credit card on file, so like you'll ultimately pay.
I wonder. Let's see. I'm so curious now, and I got to imagine that this has been asked. So, let's see. Massachusetts tolls with rental car. Da, 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 da. Interesting. So they have thought of this already. Because this does say that if you're renting a car, check with your rental company about their toll processing and fees, as they may offer services like plate pass or toll pass. Interesting and smart. I mean, really.
I mean, I'm still not used to like the amount of toll roads. I'll never be used to the amount of toll roads there are in America. That's for sure.
I think we're gonna start seeing
Not
more
really
of
as
it.
much of a thing too much out here until you get down to like LA and shit.
Yeah, I really think we're going to start seeing more of it because there's an interesting implication I was just reading about from the explosion in electric vehicles and states like California that are pushing to have all vehicles be, zero emissions by 2035 and things like that. The gas tax is a big part of how transportation departments pay for fixing road work, like potholes and shit like that. And with less and less gas powered vehicles and less gas sales happening from state to state, those transportation departments are receiving less and less revenue off those tax dollars now. And
Yeah, dude, they'll find new ways, Sean. Do you think that they're
That's
going to be
what I'm
like,
saying.
oh, yeah, no,
I
you
think-
get to just charge these Teslas for $10? It'll be like,
I-
nah, you have to pay
I
a
think
fee.
you're going to start seeing a lot of toll roads because they're going to try to find ways to ding the electric consumer as well. And why not get everybody? Like, start making more toll
Funny thing
roads.
about it is, I think the electric vehicles and shit, you're able to drive in like HOV lanes and stuff without a passenger just because of the fact that you're driving an electric vehicle. It's like a side perk as like
Ooh,
an
they don't do
incentive
that
to
in
get people to
mass, I don't
switch.
think. But that's a clever idea.
I feel like electric cars have probably been bigger in California by a landslide compared to places I've lived.
A quarter of all vehicles sold in California last year were electric vehicles.
Yeah,
I
I'd
think
be
you're-
surprised if it was like a 10th here.
Dude, and the fucked
Yeah.
up part about it is we have nowhere near this big enough infrastructure to charge all these vehicles.
No, and these
And
vehicles,
especially when there's fucking heat waves and stuff, and they're telling you can't charge your vehicle because of fucking
The grid
the grid.
and all
Yeah.
the air conditioners and shit.
yeah, it's craziness. And then to make matters even more entertaining in the electric automobile world, Chris, they know that there's people like you in this world who are like, absolutely not. If it doesn't have a stick shift, I refuse. Kick rocks. I will die on this hill. So a variety of automakers have been working on stick shifts for electric vehicles. So, and not purely
maybe
aesthetic.
I have a future.
I'm gonna say,
Maybe I
and
have a future.
I was just reading about the latest one. Ford just patented theirs, and theirs actually is going to be used to activate actuators that will then in turn affect relays for you to actually change the power being sent to your wheels. So you'll actually be able to downshift and things like that. And they're even trying to simulate in this patent the feeling you should get getting into gear. So you should actually feel the resistance if you're not properly at the right RPM.
Nice.
So if they, and from what I was reading, they're not the only ones who have done this. There are a handful of other electric car manufacturers, domestic and foreign, who have been patented and have been working to develop this technology as well for their vehicles. And it's an interesting concept because not only do you have, the overall effect and control, but in some of these cases, because they're electric, you can render them inoperable and just drive it in an automatic mode. So interestingly, might be great for young people to learn. You know, you're gonna get your dad's truck, and it's a stick shift. So we'll start you getting your license on this car, and then you'll learn to shift, and then we'll give you your dad's truck. Like those kind of concepts could be a thing. And I think getting a whole generation of kids to understand how to drive stick is not a bad idea. Like,
dude, like the entire Gen millennials and Gens like Gen Z, whichever. I feel like I don't even know what percentage it is, but it's low as fuck that can drive a manual car.
I agree. I'd say
Like
a
I've
large
seen
majority of my
memes.
generation doesn't understand it.
Yeah, dude, I've seen like plenty of memes where it was like the number one fucking like crime prevention of like for your vehicle, and it was just like a picture of a fucking stick shift.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like, that's so true.
Yep.
Like very
Excellent
few
theft
people
deterrent.
know. Yeah. Like they'd be like break the window and they look, they're like, that's a fucking standard. Then they go to the next car and break it and steal that one.
Like, oh great, I hotwired it, but I still don't know what to do.
Yeah.
Keep stalling.
It's like I couldn't steal this thing if I had the keys.
Yeah. So there's hope out there that they may get it worked out. I will say, applause to the great people at Ford and their lackluster quality control for having to come up with a fix for battery drain to the point of inoperability just from a car sitting. Probably something you don't want to have happen to electric vehicles, especially a car that completely locks you out when it's dead.
Yeah, I've heard of a few people that are getting locked in their cars.
That too. Because getting locked out isn't as bad. There's a way to get out of there. Getting locked in, a little scary. You got to know where to look to actually get yourself out.
Can you imagine getting locked in your car? You couldn't get out. Like, what the fuck is that?
And
bro?
especially if it was like hot as fuck outside and you can't fucking start the damn thing. You're sitting
Yeah,
there
dude,
fucking
or
cooking.
anything. It could even be something as simple as like, I have to piss so fucking bad, and I can't get out of my goddamn car.
Like I was listening to an episode of Rogan. They was doing like a fight companion, and Brendan Schaub was on there. And him and Eddie Bravo were talking about how they got locked in Brendan's car for like 45 minutes one time.
Yeah,
And they
that's
just had to sit there and fucking wait until they figured out that they could reset it from his phone and then get out.
Yeah, the shit's insane. It's literally insane.
Dude, fuck electric cars, man. I just like in my brain, I think, okay, so electric cars, yeah, they want everybody to drive electric cars. It's like, and then the next thing we're gonna know is like we're gonna find the real truth about the batteries from electric cars and how they manufacture the batteries. And then you're like, oh
We already
wow,
know
so
that.
but like you know what I mean? It's just like I understand gas cars is not good, but
Dude,
like I just
the electric
uh
vehicle things is terrible, even worse for the fucking environment than gas cars, bro. But the amount of taxing the amount of stress it puts on the grid itself with the amount of fucking coal and shit you're gonna have to burn to keep the fucking grid going to charge those electric vehicles is like fucking ridiculous. Let alone the slave labor that is used in order to get the resources that you need to manufacture these lithium ion batteries because they're getting all this cobalt and the lithium and stuff from all these third world countries and like
Yep.
Africa and stuff from these slaves that don't have a fucking choice. They're out there with no safety equipment, out there with fucking sticks and shit, breathing in this cobalt dust. It's fucking crazy, bro. And then we have everybody sitting here complaining about shit, and we're all doing it from a fucking phone that is using a battery that is fucking pretty much made by the work of slaves.
100%. And then on top
Crazy.
of that, as we already know from the cell phones and all these other rechargeable gadgets, how do you dispose of that large of a lithium ion battery? Like, that's a lot of
Well, dude,
recycling.
the
I
thing
have no
about
idea.
it is I don't even, they're not just one cell, they're packs
I know.
of
Like,
a
it's
bunch of cells, dude.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
it's
and they're
like
not like packs like
it's like
drill battery.
packs of fucking like 21 700s, bro,
Yeah.
just fucking stacked
Just
and fucking
lined up
welded
and-
to each other.
paraseries, yeah.
Oh, dude,
Like-
they'll be
And there's
blocks,
just rows
bro.
and rows and rows of them, bro.
My brother's truck has like the extended life battery or whatever. And dude, to get the extended range battery, it was like
Dude,
thousands
and this
of
is the
fucking
shitty part,
dollars,
bro. You know how much it's going to cost to fucking replace those batteries when they go dead? Because over time, dude, they're not going to hold his charge.
Oh yeah, yeah. I'm sure that he'll get rid of the car by then,
It's
but
not-
yes, it just makes it this pile of junk until it
but
gets fucking batteries.
The more
bro.
and more you charge it, bro, the less and less range you're going to get because it's just
Yep.
not going to hold the charge as long, bro. So you may be getting fucking 300 and something miles now on a charge, but fucking who knows how long it's going to last until it starts dropping down from 300 to 250 or whatever, you know what I mean?
We needed to better develop the gas hybrid model that some people are doing, but like make it better, right? Like the idea that it's still a gas car, but
Well,
it
either that or
self-charges
just-
a hybrid cell, and that runs at low speed and at idle.
Dude, they have hydrogen engines they could look into. There's people that have actually made fucking vehicles that can run off of fucking water. There's the whole biodiesel thing that was going on for a long time. There's multiple other options that we could look into, bro, but fucking money's in oil, dog. You know what I'm saying? And that's why it was spin the way
it would have been like a more gradual, like they would work on instead of trying to push these electric things. Like, because dude, if you buy an electric car, there's like huge kickbacks from the government. At least there is here. I don't know if there is in America. And you'd think that there would be a slower transition, like where they're like, oh, well, we're gonna still have gas like vehicles by like 2040, but at that point there'll be nothing that isn't hybrid. Instead of it being like we're trying to go full electric by 2035 or whatever the fuck.
They're just jumping the gun. They don't know what they're
Extreme.
talking about, bro. They don't understand what it's gonna. And here, let me be completely clear. I don't know what I'm talking about, really. But like, dude, there's no way it's gonna happen in the time frame that they're wanting to, unless they do something about the grid and the way that we're producing energy as it is. Because, dude, there's so many times throughout the year here in California, bro, during peak seasons where we're not allowed to run our fucking air conditioners, or they don't want us using our washers and dryers after a certain hour. They want us to, you know what I mean? Like, because the grid just can't fucking handle it. And then you want to try to fucking swap you know how many fucking gas vehicles there are in California, bro, on the road at any point in time throughout the fucking day, bro? It's insane.
Oh,
And
it's
you're going to try to
millions.
tell me that you're going to try to swap all of those to electric and try to charge all of those on the same grid that we have, that we already don't have enough to fucking power the entire state? How do you figure?
Yeah, like how much like the strides would have? They'd have to have massive strides of like everywhere else consumption of power dropped so much to be able to like even entertain the idea of being able to handle that. Like they'd have to like find new ways to like make every home like be able to fucking keep cool off of like a fraction of the power that people don't fucking use lights, like
It's all
street lights,
infrastructure, bro. There's so
stores,
much
all that.
infrastructure that would have to be improved before they can do it, bro. It's
100%.
they they don't. It's a massive undertaking. They to think that they're going to achieve what they're trying to achieve. But I think they're trying to. I think they might be pushing back on that timeline a little bit.
They should
No,
just
they're
try to
gonna
make
have
it
to.
more improved every year.
Yeah,
Like maybe start with that. Just every year be a little bit better.
Like to put the numbers into perspective, Statista says in 2023, California had the most automobile registrations. Almost 13.2 million such vehicles were registered in the most populous U.S. federal state. California also had the highest number of registered motor vehicles overall, nearly 30.4 million registrations. So that's including, all registered motor vehicles, motorcycles, cars, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. So like 30.4 million motor vehicles.
Well, there's over 40 million people in California. So like honestly, I
Like,
would have thought that it would be more than that. There's a lot of fucking people in California, bro.
well, let's face it, there's a lot of cities where if you live in the right area, you just don't need a car at all. So,
I had so many friends that lived in Toronto that never had cars.
like
so
New
many.
York, bro. Very small percentage of the population actually own a car.
Because once you're in like a legit city, like a
Like a
city,
metropolitan area, yeah.
yeah, like most public transit's pretty solid. And then now with like all of the Ubers and everything else, like even if you need to like go to Home Depot and grab like a couple bags of topsoil and whatever, you can do that in an Uber.
there's even
You don't have to,
there's
fucking rent a car or.
there's programs that'll let you rent cars by the hour as well.
Well, even at Home Depot, you can rent a pickup truck
Yeah,
and
100%.
vans.
So like you can rent like a sedan. Like I had a friend living in Providence. She had no need to own a car. She had a license, so she would use this app if she wanted to go visit her mom, because her mom lived here in Massachusetts. And so she'd rent the car for 4 or 5 hours, go down to Mass, pick up her mom, they maybe go out to lunch, get their hair done or whatever, something special, whatever, have a nice day. She'd go back, return, she'd pay her whatever fee by hour for the car, and she was good to go. And then she probably wouldn't need it again for another 2-3 weeks.
Yeah, man. I think that there's like it's something that's all right when you don't have to have a car. Like I always had a car, but I lived in places where like once I got home from work, I parked my car. If it was a weekend, I wouldn't touch my car. Because like I could do everything. I could either walk or I could just like jump on like the TTC or whatever, like the subway or like a streetcar, and it would be way cheaper. I used to buy weekend passes all the time. It would be like $10 and you could like ride whatever you wanted. Now just do that. It'd be
Yeah,
like, oh, you're going to the show in the East End? No problem. Hop on the fucking streetcar.
Never really did public transportation here, at least in my hometown and stuff. I've done it like other places, but when it came here, bro, it was like you had to have a fucking car, bro. Like there's buses and stuff you could take, but
I ain't got time for that shit.
nah.
Yeah, no, dude, I would never do it unless I lived in a city. And even when I did live in the city, I didn't because I worked out of it. I could have taken the bus, but dude, it would have taken me like 45 minutes to do a 20-minute drive. Like I ain't fucking gonna give up my car to then drive longer every day.
Yeah, fuck
Or
that.
transit longer.
Well, the
Have longer
thing
transit.
about here too is there ain't shit to do like in town. Like so you have to drive to like do anything, bro, because you have to drive at least like 30 minutes to get to a city that actually has shit to do. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, of course, like, yeah, there's movies, they're like this and that. But after a while, you've done all that shit so many times, like it's like fuck. What we can't keep going around doing the same shit, so we got to go somewhere else to do something. Or you just end up at somebody's house in their garage drinking and getting stoned.
Yeah, when I lived in Montreal, I had like a Metro pass, but I had no car there. Like when I was in university, and it was pretty convenient. But once again, I was living in a city with millions and millions of people, so like the transit system was good.
Yeah.
Yeah, like you go to Boston, if you live in Boston when the trains are working, you got the subways all over the place, and there's a new car coming every 15 to 20 minutes. You know, like you can get pretty much anywhere you need to go. You just got to do a tiny bit of planning. Like here in Plymouth, if you need to use public transportation here, we have a bus system, but it's like the stop near you, that bus might only pop up every 2 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of how it is around here too.
And it'll stop at like 7.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
going to be
So it's
going until like 1 a.m.
yeah, it's not very practical if you got a closing shift at Domino's and got to get home.
Yeah.
Like,
See, like for me, I couldn't, where I grew up, I couldn't even get to where I lived by the bus at night. Like the latest bus would leave at like 7.
At night.
Yeah, like night.
I thought you meant night. Like,
And so like I would like leave, and you'd have to do the 7 o'clock would be the latest bus. So I would end up just taking the bus until it stopped, and then I'd have to walk home, and it was probably like 5 miles, 7 miles. So sometimes I would get home, and I used to like leave my bike near the bus stop, and I'd fucking ride my bike home, bro. It'd be like 2:30, 3:30 in the morning, whatever, just like fucking hammered, just fucking crushing darts, like just fucking riding my bike home on like the sidewalk. It would take me like 45 minutes, bro. Yeah, dude. I knew
Just
that once I
fucking
got close to my town, though, I had to be a little bit more
serpentining down the
sober.
fucking road because you can't fucking sit up straight.
Yeah, dude, because like once you got closer to my house, the ditches were deep as fuck, bro. Like within the last like 10 minutes of your bike ride on like one side of the fucking sidewalk, it would be like at least a 10-foot ditch, like just sliding down into like the fucking murkiness of the fucking bottom water. I definitely had a few spills. You know what I mean? You get home, you have to have an instant shower because you smell like just horrible water. Because
You
like,
smell like
sitting
sewage.
there, yeah, it's like muddy dirt water. It's like,
whatever
well, it was
whatever
good
the
until I
last
got
drunk puked in
almost
it.
home. Yeah.
No, I'm real shit faced.
Nah, dude, I lived in like a real sleepy town. If you were like out late at night and you're a kid, like there was a realistic chance you're gonna get like stopped by the cops. I had stopped a number of times walking from my friend Kev's house, and it was like probably fucking a quarter of a mile away from my house. It was like a zip and a zag on like a couple subdivision streets, and then you're on the main drag and you just like go right down, and I was just down there. I'd be like walking home, it'd be like well after midnight. It's like some 15, 16-year-old kid. Police are like, man, what are you doing out here right now?
Like
It's like, I'm on my
walking.
way home. I live right up there. If we called your parents right now, what would they say? I'd be like, my dad be fucking pissed, bro. What are you talking about? It's like he doesn't think that I'm not home right now. Don't call my fucking parents. That's crazy.
I remember getting caught up with the boys behind the mall drinking, and the cops came out and called my old man. Oh my God, what an awful ride home. Because he picked all of us up. They didn't arrest us, they just picked us all up. He picked us all up and drove all my friends home in just the most uncomfortable, awkward silence. And then I ate the biggest shit sandwich the rest of the ride home after the last homie got dropped off. I still remember one of my friends saying, "I'm sorry, sir," and my old man snapping at him, being like, "Don't call me sir, I work for a living." And me thinking, that might be the dumbest shit I've ever heard you say. Like, what? And just not being in a position where it's like, I can't say a fucking thing, I can't laugh, nothing. Like, I am in the biggest, deepest shit.
It's like the smartest thing for me to do is just zip it. I do not want to say anything.
Oh
Zero
my God.
zero ammo handed out. Like that's it.
I was like 16 or 17 at the time, so like old enough where he couldn't whoop my ass anymore. So like I wasn't gonna catch an ass whooping for it, but man, did I eat a fucking massive
You
shit
could still
sandwich.
catch a massive verbal assault. Like,
Oh
let's be
my
real.
god, dude. Yeah, yeah. Needless to say, I wasn't allowed to hang out with that group of friends for a little while.
Dude,
Nothing
I remember
changed once
one
I got to,
time.
like nothing changed. Like
Oh,
I still
dude,
drank
how?
underage.
When did shit ever fucking change? That's crazy to think that. Dude, I remember we were like one of my friends' hockey games. It was like in this like small ass town, and but it was like when we could drive, and we went to go watch it. And there was like a couple of guys that were like injured that didn't get to play, and like we were like in the parking lot drinking beers before like in the middle of like an intermission, right? And we got fucking busted by fucking cops, dude. And he made like four of us like cram into his fucking car and just ugh. I can't remember how old we were. Probably like 17, I would guess. It was not like brand new licenses. I wasn't driving, but fucking everybody, dude, was like too scared to take the ticket. The cop was like, "Oh, listen, I'm not gonna give all you guys a ticket, but you guys just work together, and if one of you will take the ticket, everything will that's just what's gonna happen." And he's like, "And if one of you guys can't do it, you're all gonna get one." He's like, "I'll give you a couple minutes to decide." And everybody's like, "Oh, I can't take the ticket. I can't take the ticket." I'm like, "Yo, you guys, I'm gonna catch a fucking beating if I come home with this ticket. Like, I'll pay more to not do the ticket." Everybody's like, "Oh, I'll take the ticket." So then finally I was like, "Fuck it. I'll fucking just take the ticket." And then only fucking one dude paid me.
Of
Motherfuckers.
course. That's why none of them
Cocksuckers.
wanted to take the ticket because they didn't
Dude, it
ever want
wasn't
to
even
pay for it.
crazy. It was only like a fucking $100 ticket. But like, bro, I was like 17. I was broke
It
as
don't
fuck.
matter, bro. They
I
don't
needed
give a
money for
fuck.
weed.
Hey, they're thinking, hey, better him than me. That's
Yeah.
also those tests are also when you know when the who the real homies are.
Oh yeah,
That's a
yeah, yeah.
fact.
I didn't even like the two dudes in the first place. They just happened to be there. It was like a time, and I wasn't like searching them out. They weren't like really friends, but like at the same time, I would expect that people would pay you when they say they pay you, and they're like, "Please, anybody take this ticket? I'll pay. I'll pay." Like absolute bitches. And then they didn't. I think I got them both back pretty good over like the time because I still knew them for like another 3 years after that. Probably it was probably in the 10th grade, maybe 11th grade. But yeah, some people, man.
Yep.
Best thing was is I didn't have to like tell my parents about it, so like that was cool because I just basically like went to the bank, got them to write out a check because I didn't even have checks, and then fucking sent it in with the ticket. But man, yeah, some people can't own up to even 25 fucking dollars, bro. Getting busted by the cops was never fun though.
Nope.
Like
Nah.
I've gotten guns pulled on me twice, and honestly, like I'm cool with like it never ever happening again. It's like
Shout
not a
out to
great feeling.
Kevin. Because we had this friend, Kevin, and he liked to run. And one time, Kevin escaped from forestry camp, which is like a juvenile detention center and boot camp combined.
Okay.
And this motherfucker escaped from forestry camp, some town. God, I don't even know. We're talking an hour, a little over an hour from where I am here. So roughly 50, 60 miles from here. And this kid managed to hitchhike all the way back to my house. And somehow the cops figured out where he went. And your boy was, trying to just pick up a bag when a whole shit ton of police cars just swarmed me at the front of my neighborhood. And naturally, a handful jumped out with guns, and then one of the nice dudes that already knew me walked up and was like, "Hey, Sean, how's it going? Good to see you. How's your mom? Where's Kevin?" It was just kind of one of those dejected moments where it's like, I'm not gonna lie to all y'all. Like, you're gonna find him in the shed. So they did. And of course, Mr. Good Cop hung out with me for a good another like 2 minutes. So that way they had plenty of time to go apprehend Kevin before he left. You know how scary it is when you're stuck talking to a cop and you know that your drug dealer's about to pull up? You know you're never going to be able to make another buy from that guy ever again
Or how
if he
about sitting
sees
in the
this
back?
moment.
How about sitting in the back of a cop car because you just got into an accident, and that in between your feet is your lunchbox with your pipe and your fucking jar of whatever you had left, and you're sitting in the back seat of a cop car with that in between your feet,
Oh, dear God.
waiting for the tow truck to show up because they didn't want me sitting on the side of the road.
That'll pucker your butthole.
Dude, I remember one time me and my buddy Doug, actually Kyle Evans, so when he'll like come on to the green room sometimes, like in
Uh-huh.
the chat. We were like driving to my parents' house. And I was probably like 20, 21, something like that. And we had like a half ounce as we were going out there for the weekend. And dude, it was like right by my speedometer. And I got fucking pulled over. And I just like looked down and I was like, looked at Doug and I was like, do something with this, but don't get rid of it. And he like, I can't remember what he did. He probably jammed it down his pants, whatever. I don't even remember. The cop pulls up. He's like, did you know that you have your lights off? And I was like, no, I honestly don't. And like, I think that I did know that because my headlights were both burnt out or something like, but I could run with the high beams on, but not with the regular beams. And so then I was like, oh, are you sure? And he's like, let me check. And so then like the minute he like turned, I like fucking flashed the high beams on and like he didn't see me turn on. He's like, oh, they're working now. And I was like, oh, that's weird. And so he's like, all right, cool. I just wanted to let you guys know everything's all right. He's like, I'm glad that you guys are driving responsibly, not drinking or anything like that. He's like, just make sure
Dude,
you keep those lights on. And
is my
dude, we drove away and I just like looked at Doug. I was like, bro, we need to fucking hit some bongs like in the next 5 minutes because my
dude.
fucking heart is about to explode. I need to
I'll
calm
one up you
down.
here, bro. One time I was up in Big Bear with my buddy and like his family. They like got a cabin for the weekend, so we just went up there to chill.
Mhm.
And I went up there in my car, forgetting that I fucking had a headlight out. But I drove up there during the day, so I didn't think anything of it. I was like, no big deal. We're just gonna fucking crash at the fucking cabin for the night, and I'll drive home in the morning, whatever. But we're up there and we're all hanging out, we're fucking getting stoned and shit. And they were like, fuck, let's go get a fucking movie from like the Red Box or whatever, because this is when Red Box was a thing.
Mhm.
Um and then all right, so we fucking jump in the car, and of course, in the car blunts, bro. You need you need to roll up and fucking smoke something on the way to fucking to get the movie. So we're sitting there fucking chiefing a fucking blunt, bro. I think it was in my escort, two-door escort, and we're just sitting there chiefing, bro. And all of a sudden I look behind us and I see a fucking cop just like fucking pull out of a parking lot, like start rolling behind us. Like, oh fuck, dude. And that's instantly when I remember that my fucking headlight was out. I was like, dude, he's gonna fucking get us, bro. And I look over at my buddy, he's still hitting the fucking blunt. I was like, dude, get fucking rid of that thing, dude. And as soon as I said that, bro, the lights came on behind us. I was like, fuck, dude. So he fucking tosses out the window. But of course, we don't have enough time to air the fucking car out, bro.
Nope.
So the
Too late
fucking
already.
windows come down, bro. Fucking, I know it's fine. I can only imagine, bro, because it was snowing outside as well. So you know it's just fucking like steam, dude, fucking coming out of his fucking car. And he walks up to the window. He's like, "Excuse me, sir," and then like he like before like he even says anything, he kind of goes, and then he leans back and he's like, "Why does it smell like a pot farm in here?" I was like, "Fuck, dude." I was like, "We're fucked, bro." I legit thought I was going to jail, bro. I was like, "Fuck, he's gonna arrest me and fucking get my car impounded." It's all bad. I was like, honestly, officer, I was like, we just fucking put something out, uh, but that's all we've got. He's like, well, all right, it says something, something, something. He's like, all right, well, where are you guys even going? I was like, we're just going to the Red Box right here at the fucking Stater Brothers, and we're going back to the cabin. We're just up here for the weekend. Drove up here during the day, forgot my fucking headlight was out, totally forgot about it, yada, yada, yada. He's like, all right. He's like, well, and he went back to his fucking car, didn't search us or anything. At least I don't remember getting out of the car and him searching the car or anything, or at least saying you could. But he ends up coming back. I don't even think he gave us a fucking ticket. But he came up, he's like, all right, well, you guys, he's like, I'm gonna fucking let you off on this. Get that fucking headlight fixed. No more smoking for the rest of the night. You go back to the fucking cabin after you get your move and you stay there for the rest of the fucking night. I was like, yes, sir.
Say less.
Dude, I had gotten away like that a couple times, bro, where I should have gotten in trouble because I was definitely breaking the law. And somehow, I don't know how, maybe it's just my innocent boyish face. I don't know, but I get away with it, bro. Or it could honestly be, I don't know. I don't know. There's
You just
definitely
might
times,
have good timing.
I don't know, dude. Or
Catch
they could
people
just,
at the right time.
or they can either that or just see that I'm shitting fucking bricks, dude. I'm just like
Say,
fucking panicking.
Some cops are really like, you know, I don't care about the weed, and I'm just gonna fuck with these people. Like, I know, I got a friend of mine, bunch of friends, were all hanging out. They were waiting to pick up a friend that was coming home from work soon, so they were just sitting down the street, dead end road, and then smoking a blunt. Lights out, you know, I thought everything was Gucci, everything was cool. We've done this like 50 times, it's never been a problem. Till that night, somebody saw this random car they didn't recognize and called it in, and yeah, they show up, and those cops decided, well, we're just gonna search these people. And so, you know, they're going through everyone's pockets, and it's like, yeah, you know, my wallet, got my cigarettes, my lighter. Next person, yeah, it's my wallet, and cigarettes, my lighter. And then they get to my friend Rich. He's got, yep, my wallet, my cigarettes, my lighter. I got a cheeseburger for later. And he literally pulls a wrapped McDonald's cheeseburger out of his pocket, puts it down. The cop fucking dies. And that was what made him decide, all right, you get out of here, go home. And then I got to hear this whole story as soon as they got to my house, like, dude, you'll never guess what happened. Yeah. Yeah. So sometimes having a cheeseburger in your pocket might just get you out of a jam. I think Gabriel Iglesias said it. If you can make a cop laugh, it might help. Apparently it did for Rich.
In the
With
weirdest
that,
way
ladies-
possible.
For real. But with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are at the end of our time. So I thank everyone for tuning in. Shedtimepodcast.com. Go ahead, check it out. And with that, Uncle Chris, take it away.
Well, thanks everybody for tuning in. Appreciate you. Of course, give us some 5-star reviews. That'd be awesome. You can also check us out on shedtimepodcast.com and on Friday nights on French Ankle Vapor's YouTube channel for the Green Room. Come by, kick it. Other than that, everybody stay safe. Have a good week. Live your best life. Frames.
Chris pretty much said all the things, so I'm just gonna say, as I always do, shout out to all the Shedheads for you guys' continuous support. Greatly appreciate you. 5-star reviews, all that good stuff. And I'm just gonna end it like I always do, sending out all those positive vibes, crisp high fives. Don't forget to tell somebody you love them, and a little bag or dab will do you.
Absolutely, friends. And one last time, ShedTimePodcast.com has links to everything Frame Shakeland, Vapor Channel, the merge store, the Patreon, and so much more. So if you want to check it out, check it out. With that, don't let the bastards get you down. Be cool, don't be a dick. And whatever it is that you do, try and have some fun, because this is the Shed Time Podcast, and it's time to blow on up and blow on out. Bags on bags on bags.
Dude, I need to rip some bags. It's been a while.
Mm.